Alright, y'all, I was gone for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. I've been gone for the last 3 weeks, I think. Um, Even still to this day, I have not watched the last 3 episodes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I just was over it. And I just haven't been feeling like doing no videos in general. Yeah, that's why you guys didn't get the last 2 episodes, I believe, of Chicago. Because I just wasn't in the mood to do no videos. And I guess you get like that sometimes, when you're doing YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back on Chicago this week as well. But in the meantime, as far as Love and Hip Hop is concerned, we're gonna press our luck with Hollywood. And this is season 5, and this is the first episode. It opens up with K Michelle narrating. She's gonna be up here this season, and she wants to go by Kimberly now, and it's gonna be kind of hard to be just calling her Kimberly or whatever when we've been knowing her as K Michelle for all this time. But she wants to be known as Kimberly now. Um, like I said, she's narrating the opening of the episode, and the same old, how Hollywood, got the fake butts and the fake people, and, how everybody's trying to be a star, like I said, the same old shit that we always hear. You know what I'm saying? She in the back of a Uber or whatever, just the whole dramatization of it all. But anyway, so she's actually meeting up with Moniece and Bridget Kelly, and I'm like, oh Lord, Bridget Kelly back now. Y'all know she didn't make herself look too good last season, but we gonna see what she presents this season. So yeah, K Michelle is telling them about how she got surgery to get actually she tells them that she got some butt injections from somebody in the hood and everything. And you guys probably have heard about all of this, on the Shade Room or whatever, or B Scott or whatever, blogs that you guys follow. But, Kay opening up about, her fake butt, and how it had been causing her health problems, and how whatever they put up in her butt was not good, and how it's just been weighing down on her body, and all of that stuff or whatever. And if you guys have seen recent pictures of K Michelle, her figure looks good, and I'm glad that she got the surgery to get all of that stuff removed. At this point in the show, she has to get a second surgery to get all the stuff removed, completely removed and everything. So she's telling them about that. And like I said, the health issues involving her having that big fake ass that she had. And next thing, Moniece, she brings up Boobie to Bridget, and are they still rocking? Are they still cool or whatever? And Bridget, she hasn't talked to Boobie and everything, and she says that whole situation caused a lot of drama between her and Brooke. And Kay, she immediately starts throwing shade at Brooke, calling her, like a bad Angela Bassett impersonation. And I'm like, God damn, Kay, you ain't been on the show for 5 minutes and you already throwing shade, like, for no reason. I'm just like, what did Brooke do to you? Did I miss something? But anyway, so Bridget lets them know that her and Brooke did bury the hatchet, and they are on good terms now. So Kay lets Bridget know that she needs Bridget to open up for her for some up and coming shows that she has. And Bridget is like, wait a minute, what happened to Lyrica? I thought y'all was doing something. And Kay is like, girl, me and Lyrica were up in New York, and she was an hour late to the venue. You know what I'm saying? And then she had the nerve to text me and ask me for the location of the venue. So K Michelle, she's kind of, irritated about that. Rightfully so, you know what I'm saying? Because that's money coming out of her pockets, when by Lyrica being late or whatever. So, she says that she has to have a conversation with Lyrica about that, and Bridget, she's impressed because she's like, oh, look at you trying to handle stuff, maturely, because, we know the old K would have turned up or whatever. And so, Bridget is also trying to give Moniece her props and everything about not turning up or whatever. And K Michelle was like, not so fast, because I just recently saw Moniece turning up and everything, and Moniece is like, I know, I was doing so good or whatever, this, that, and the third, but I just saw some shit and felt like I had to speak on it and everything. And what she's talking about is, if you guys remember, Moniece tried to imply that Brandy was the one carrying Ray J and Princess's baby or whatever, and she's like, I'm not gonna take back what I said or whatever, I don't like anything Norwood, this, that, and the third. But check this out, Moniece. Why is that any of your concern? Like, why is that any of your concern whether Brandy or whoever else was, carrying their baby or not? I mean, just because you don't like them or whatever does not mean you have to speak on everything that has to do with them. That, just make it look like you pressed. Because if I don't like somebody, or if I'm not rocking with somebody, I'm not going to be talking about them every chance that I get. Like, what the hell? You do you, and I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? Until you disrespect me, then I ain't got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, whatever. So we're going to move on. And talk about Nikki Baby. Nikki Baby scene, I don't know. She always has like these weird functions, or these weird names for her functions. And this particular function that she's having is called the Boss Bitch Brunch. Okay, and Princess, she shows up, and at this time in the show, she's 6.5 months pregnant, I believe she has said, and you guys remember at one point in time, Nikki and Princess, they had their issues too, but they buried the hatchet or whatever, and they don't even remember why they were beefing to begin with. And quite frankly, I don't even remember why they were beefing. That's probably how irrelevant and dumb it was. You know what I'm saying? How trivial it was. Y'all know how they do on these shows. You know what I'm saying? So and then Lyrica shows up, to show her support. And, Princess is like, what happened to you, being pregnant with me? I thought we was in this together. You know what I'm saying? We made a pregnancy pact, And, Lyrica is like, well, A1 is a workaholic and everything. So, that's that. And, then we have, Paris Phillips show up. And you guys probably remember, she used to be an assistant to K Michelle and Keisha Cole. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think she works for either one. Well, I definitely know she don't work for K no more. That ship has been sailed. But I don't think she works for Keisha no more either. You know what I'm saying? But so like I said, she shows up or whatever, and Princess starts to tell them about Moniece and what she had said, and what she had said online about Brandy carrying their baby and everything. So Prinky, she wants them, if they ever see Moniece out or whatever, she wants them to drop the location of wherever she's at or whatever, so wherever she's at or whatever, so she could pull up on that hoe. That ain't exactly what she said, but that's pretty much what she said. You know what I'm saying? And Nikki, she's like, no, you're not about to be out here fighting and everything, this, that, and the third. And Paris is like, well, shit, I'll fight her for you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big thing to me. And I'm just like, oh Lord, you know what I mean? You already got controversy around your name, Paris, because everybody done think that you done stole from K Michelle or whatever. And like I said, I do remember hearing about Paris and everything, and I never really watched K Michelle's show like that, but I do remember hearing about that situation, and I remember everybody was trying to warn Keisha Cole to be careful with her because they didn't trust her as far as they could throw her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's like, Paris, you already got controversy surrounding your name, so don't be coming up here, acting the fool. But anyways, so then they get into Lyrica and how she did the show with K Michelle, and how they're supposed to do some more shows together and everything. And Paris' face instantly gets kind of like the stank face on it. And Lyrica's like, what, why are you looking like that? And Paris is like, listen, Kay got her sweet side, but she also got that other side to her as well. And boy, do we know, because we done seen that other side come out of Kay so many times. But anyways, on Love and Hip Hop and outside of Love and Hip Hop in these blogs. But anyways, so that's when Paris brings up the fact of K Michelle saying how she stole from her and all this other stuff, this, that, and the third, and as far as she's concerned right now, her and K don't have nothing to discuss, or whatever. So Paris says, well, I need some new clientele and everything, and she's saying the princess, so I need you to talk to Ray J for me or whatever, so I can work with him or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Princess, she's like, well, you gonna have to talk to him yourself because me and him are not talking at the moment. And she brings up the whole situation that happened when he went to Vegas and everything, and there were some chicks in his hotel room or whatever, and they DM some pictures of them in his hotel room to Princess and everything. Now, her being pregnant and stuff, her being hormonal and everything, I can understand why, she felt some type of way or whatever, this, that, and the third. But, according to Ray J, he said nothing went down. I believe he said that, his homeboy had brought some, women in or whatever, this, that, and the third. And it's like, you as a married man, you gotta, be careful, especially you being famous, you got to be careful and make sure you're not doing something that's going to look bad on social media, and I don't think, even though we know Ray J has his past, I think in this particular situation, he probably didn't do nothing with them girls that was in his room or whatever, but it still wasn't a good look, you know what I mean? So yeah, he just got to be careful. He got to be careful, because he don't want things to get misconstrued out there. Although, I mean, regardless, when you're famous, things can get misconstrued. But yeah, he just got to move a little bit differently now that he's married. But, she moved out the whole goddamn house. I'm like, goddamn, you ain't go to another room. You moved out the whole entire house. I'm like, now, Princess, y'all are married. Now, you can't be moving out the house every time you get upset with him and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know she hormonal and stuff like that, but still, come on. And you kind of knew what type of dude you was getting with when you married him. So, I'm just saying. But anyways, so then we have Ray J, and it looks like he's outside of some club or something like that. And I'm looking in the background, and I'm like, it's daylight out here. Like, why, you know what I'm saying? Why is he... I'm like, okay, Mona, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm just looking like, now, it's daylight out here. Why is he at a club? But anyway, so A1 pulls up on him or whatever. And, he's hyped because, he got a record that's on the charts, charting at number 26 and everything. And I'm not going to knock him or whatever. At least he got some type of record on some type of chart. You know what I'm saying? You got some people on this show that ain't charting nothing. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But you could tell that A1 is a little bit cocky and everything, this, that, and the third. But, they go inside the club. That Solo Lucci dude, with his crazy self, he's back this season, and he got this big obnoxious tattoo on his face. Now I'm trying to remember, did he have that on last season's reunion? Because I just kept on looking, and I'm just like, why do he got that big ass tattoo just sitting on his face like that? Whatever. I feel like I was about to go into a rant about that, but I'm not. I'm not. But anyway, so yeah. They sitting down and everything, and Ray J's jewelry man comes in, comes in the club, so Ray J can pick out an I'm sorry gift, for Prinky or whatever. And as he's in the midst of doing that, A1 is looking online and saying, well, Princess done put a subliminal up here or whatever. And I forgot exactly what it said, but that was on the blogs as well. It was some type of something that she put up there about child, I don't remember, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She put some type of subliminal up there, hinting at the fact that they might got issues and everything in their marriage. And he starts to tell them about the whole situation that happened in Vegas or whatever, and her, accusing him of cheating is not right or whatever, and that just make him want to turn up even more. Now here's my thing with you too, Ray J. Just like how I said, every time Princess get mad at you, she can't be sitting up here trying to move out or whatever. Every time that y'all have an issue or whatever, you can't be sitting up here talking about something, oh, that just make me want to turn up even more. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. And when this whole situation was going on in the blogs, I was like, why the hell did y'all get married? Why did y'all get married? Because it don't seem like neither one of y'all is ready. Y'all both seem like y'all still are childish. Like, what the hell? They seem like they are right now. But back then, when all this stuff was going down, it just seemed like, yeah, they weren't ready. But whatever. So, anyways, then we have, K Michelle and Lyrica. Looks like K Michelle's doing like some type of sound check or whatever. So they're, conversing and everything, talking about up and coming shows that they, are trying to do together, and just small talk. And the conversation seemed to be going real well. Kay starts to tell Lyrica, girl, you spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were an hour late to my show. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, every minute that you're late, I get charged because it's, my thing. You know what I mean? And Lyrica, she's like, oh, well, that must have been management then. That don't got nothing to do with me. And Kay is like, yeah, you're management. You know what I'm saying? And Kay, she's like, you wrote some great songs, but nobody gives a fuck about them. And Lyrica, she's like, what? Like, are you serious, Kay? Like, are you serious right now? And she's like, everything that I have, I had to work for, And, I don't understand this whole thing. The conversation just went to a place that it didn't need to go. It went so far left. I was perplexed. I was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because, Kay had said something to Lyrica or whatever, and then Lyrica was like, you gotta fake it till you make it, and Kay is like, well, no, not me, I don't fake shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fake shit like how you fake your marriage and all this other stuff. So Lyrica, she's, pissed or whatever, because it's like, you're trying to, insult my marriage now, you know what I'm saying? So, she walks out or whatever. And, Kay is saying how, Lyrica and A1 got a music marriage and how they don't have no chemistry and, all this other stuff. And, in the meantime, Lyrica, she's out in the parking lot going off or whatever, this, that, and the third. And K Michelle, she's getting one of them, what them things called? One of them vitamin drips or whatever, where they put the IV in and it's supposed to give you some type of energy or whatever. She had one of them things. She had a doctor put one of them things in her arm or whatever. And Lyrica, I guess she figured that K Michelle won't gonna get the last word. She won't gonna one up her, so she decides to come back in and everything. And she's like, how you come to LA doing the same shit that I'm doing or whatever? And Kay is like, yeah, and I'm doing better than you, bitch. And mind you, K Michelle, with her histrionics, she got the microphone in her hand, so she can make sure that Lyrica really hear what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, get the fuck out, Storm, or whatever, this, that, and third, because, Lyrica had on like a gray wig. And, Lyrica, she tries to grab another microphone so, her and Kay can be on equal ground so that they can not only see each other, but they can hear each other as well. You know what I'm saying? And as Lyrica is trying to do that, Kay Michelle, she grabs the little thing with her IV in her arm, rolling it over there to where Lyrica is at, trying to get to Lyrica and everything. And security, they come through or whatever, trying to, break them up. And, or break them up before, anything really pop off. And, Kay, she's like, Safari called me and told me you was trying to fuck him. I saw the text messages or whatever, this, that, and the third. And I was just like, okay. I was just like, oh Lord, this gonna cause all types of problems. And if you guys have seen the preview of the whole season, then you guys know this whole shit is gonna cause major problems between Safari and A1. And I already know I'm not gonna like it, because I like Safari, A1, and Ray J's, Three Musketeers dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And now that shit is gonna be kind of, I don't like the way this shit is going to go. But anyways, I'm getting way far ahead. We going to have to wait, for the rest of the season to see that shit play out. But anyways, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, when Kay had said that, Lyrica did get kind of quiet at first, you know what I'm saying, before she responded. So I was like, is it true, Lyrica? Like, did you try to fuck Safari? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you was kind of quiet at first. But anyway, so then we have Lucci, A1, and Ray J. I think it was actually Lucci's event, because he was performing or whatever. We have Ray J outside. I don't know if he was in charge of the guest list or something like that. But, Tierra, she's saying, how she's back from rehab or whatever. She's back working. She feels great. And how she's on her comeback yet again. 5 seasons later, and it's still a comeback, and not that you're already back. But, we still rooting for you, TT. We still rooting for you. But anyways, she shows up with Nikki Baby. And, they having a conversation with Ray J. It was a little awkward, or it seemed like it was going to be a little awkward between Ray J and Tierra at first, or whatever. But then they, start conversing a little bit, and they start laughing and everything. And, they talk about him, preparing to be a new father. And, he's like, yeah, man, my savage days are over. And Nikki is like, well, you haven't seen your wife in a whole week now. That's pretty savage to me. You know what I'm saying? That still seems like you still have some savage in you. You know what I'm saying? And Ray J is like, what? She the one who moved out and everything now. If that ain't savage, then I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Lucci, he's performing some song. I ain't really paid too much attention. And then some girl that's a stripper by the name of Apple Watts. She, comes up to A1. She knows that it might be kind of unprofessional to be coming up to him like that. But, she trying to shoot her shot because she wants to be in the music business. She doesn't want to be a stripper no more. She wants to, break into the music industry. And I will say it is kind of like seeing, the whole stripper trying to turn into a rapper or singer, that storyline is getting kind of tiring. Although, we know that we done had, plenty of other female artists way before this reality TV shit that was even thought of. We know we done had plenty of female artists in the game who, were strippers, and, they became rappers and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I know all that, but it's just, seeing it on the show, you know what I'm saying? Especially after Cardi done did it and became successful doing it. It's just like, oh my God. Like, it ain't gonna happen for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, hey, whatever. So, she starts to spit something for A1 or whatever. And then we find out that she could also sing as well. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I need to hear a little bit more from her, because I feel like that wasn't enough. That was just kind of like a little snippet. But I was like, okay, you sing and rap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we going to see what, Miss Lil Apple has to, bring for the rest of the season. So, anyways, A1, he's feeling what she's bringing to the table or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, next thing, she starts to, do her job, and, she shakes her ass or whatever in front of him. And Lyrica, she shows up just in time, and of course, she's not pleased. And she starts going off on A1 and everything, and, sitting up here saying, why you got this bitch shaking all up in your face or whatever, this, that, and the third. A1, he's telling her to chill out or whatever. She hits him upside his head or whatever in front of everybody. And I feel like that wasn't right. Like, why are you hitting your husband upside his head in front of everybody? Like, that wasn't cool. I didn't like that. But anyways, Apple, she's trying to apologize to Lyrica because she meant no disrespect. She just trying to do her job. Shit, she still got to make, a dollar out of 15 cents. She ain't making it into the music industry yet. She just, spit a little 1-2 for him. You know what I'm saying? And, so yeah, she's trying to apologize to Lyrica. Lyrica is still addressing her as this bitch or whatever, this, that, and the third. So Apple starts, to go back and forth with, Lyrica and everything. You know what I'm saying? And, then Lyrica, she pulls A1 outside or whatever, and she's like, you need to apologize for embarrassing me or whatever, this, that, and the third. And it's like, Lyrica, the girl was doing her job, and like she said, like, your husband and plenty of other people, plenty of other guys are married, go to the strip club and throw the ones at the strippers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, but. Yeah, y'all know Lyrica, she dramatic or whatever. But anyways, so yeah, she's, going off of him, saying how she's pissed off because K. Michelle came at her crazy earlier that day and threw a stool at her. And now, and also was coming at me about our marriage and, talking about Safari. And now you just put the icing on the cake, got this bitch shaking up all up in your face and everything. So, of course, A1, he's not here for what K. Michelle did or whatever. So now he feels like he has to have a conversation with her, especially because of the fact that he did the first single off of her last album. He produced it or whatever. So he feels like he has to go have a conversation with her. So then we have, Ray J again. He comes back to his crib or whatever, and his mom is there, Miss Sonia. And I'm just like, why? Why is your mom able to get into your house like that anytime that she feels like it? You know what I'm saying? And, she, of course, is not feeling what Prinky done put up online and everything. And, Ray J is telling her about what happened in Vegas and how nothing happened. And, his mom, Mama Sonia, she's like, her doing that, it brings the rest of the family into it or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, she's like, it's character assassination, and she needs to apologize to you publicly or whatever. Otherwise, I ain't got nothing else to say to her. And I'm just like, Mama Sonia, who are you? Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why Ray J does the stuff that he does is because you and Brandy and whoever else continue to coddle him like he's a 5-year-old child. And he's a grown-ass man with a wife and now a kid. Like, you jumping into his affairs as far as his wife is concerned all the time, like, that shit is not cool. It's not cool at all. I'm getting tongue-tied here. It's not cool at all. That situation with Ray J and Princess, that's their, even though, she did put some shit out there on the blogs for us all to see, but still, y'all all are family and everything. Let him handle his situation with his wife. That's their business. You know what I'm saying? And for you to sit up here and constantly act like as if your son is just the perfect angel, it's like, no, he's not. Because we definitely know Ray J's past and the type of shit that he's done or whatever. So don't sit up here and act like as if, Princess didn't have somewhat of a right to be upset. Because, like I said, she is pregnant. She's hormonal. And the way things looked, I can see why she probably would be kind of, you know what I'm saying, in her bag or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I said before, she know what kind of man she married. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, she has a right to be in her feelings about it. And maybe she shouldn't have posted the subliminal thing that she posted. But, like I said, you sitting up here telling him what he should and shouldn't do and all this other stuff. Like, he not a grown-ass man. It's just like, no. Like, that whole shit, like, it irritated me. But anyway, so then we move on to the girl Apple. We get a little bit more into her life. She don't live, in the Beverly Hills and all this other stuff. She stays in South Central LA. And, she got 2 kids. And, she has to provide for them. That's why she dances, She has a best friend named Lily. And you know, she looks after her kids for her and everything. And Lily, I guess, is like a stud or whatever, because you know she was dressed, you know, um masculine like clothing, so I'm assuming that she might be a stud or whatever. But you know, Apple lets us know that nothing ever went down between her and Lily and everything. Lily is just really her best friend, and you know, just always has her back or whatever. So you know, Lily could tell that something is wrong with Apple, and she's like, you know, what's going on, what happened. And so Apple starts to tell, you know, Lily about the situation with A1 and Lyrica or whatever. And, you know, Apple feels like as though Lyrica should have just been like, you know, excuse me, you know, let me talk to my husband or whatever. And, you know, just leave it at that or whatever. And I do agree, you know, Lyrica was kind of doing the most, but her emotions was already on a high after the situation with Kay. You know what I mean? But I understand where Apple was coming from, you know, and Apple was feeling like, you know, because if you pop off, I'm going to pop off or whatever. And Lily is like, listen, you can't pop off in every situation, especially if you're trying to change your situation. And, you know, Apple was explaining how she just doesn't want to be known as a stripper. She wants to be taken seriously or whatever, but she feel like she done messed things up with A1 by getting into it with his wife or whatever. And Lily thinks that Apple should just have a conversation with Lyrica and, you know, go from there. So then we have AD. She is having a fashion show, and Moniece and Mr. Ray are there, you know, for support. Paris and Bridget, they're also there to show their support and everything. And Bridget lets Paris know that, you know, listen, I want you and Kay to, you know, work out whatever issues that y'all got or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, you know, Paris didn't even know that Bridget was cool with Kay Michelle and everything. And she's like, God damn, why it seem like everybody that I'm cool with is cool with Kay now. But, you know, I don't want to make people uncomfortable or whatever. So I'm going to see if I can have a conversation with her and everything. So then Paris, she notices Moniece or whatever as the fashion show is going on. So she decides to go outside to call Princess. Like, she actually calls Princess to tell her, oh yeah, Moniece is here and everything. You know what I'm saying? So Princess, next thing you know, she shows up, and they interrupt the whole fashion show so Princess can call Moniece out. And it's like, really, in actuality, Princess probably was like around the corner or something, and Mona probably told Paris, you know, to, you know, call Princess and everything, so, you know, they could bring her inside so they can get like a reaction or whatever. But if we're gonna play this like a real life situation, Paris, for you to call yourself Princess's friend, regardless of whether Princess told you, you know, call me if, you know, y'all see Moniece somewhere or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, for you to do that, to actually do that to me, I feel like you're not really a friend, because you know Princess is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, regardless of her saying to you, oh yeah, you know, let me know if you see Moniece so I can run up on her or whatever, this, that, and the third. I feel like you're not really looking out for her best interest. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Princess is saying, you know, she's calling Moniece a fake lesbian and all this other stuff. And, you know, AD calls, you know, Princess out for, you know, releasing, you know, that whole sex tape of Moniece and everything. And Princess is like, you know, oh no, I didn't do that, sweetie, or whatever. And they flash back to when, you know, Princess and, you know, Jason Lee and all them had their hand in that whole sex tape situation. And, you know, she tells Moniece to take her meds, and, you know, Princess is like, you know, if you want to do something in about 2.5 months, then, you know, we can have this conversation again and get shit popping. And Moniece is like, come and see me when you drop that demon child or whatever. And, you know, Princess is like, well, you know, maybe I'll show you how to be a good mom too and everything. And Moniece, she gets up ready to fight or whatever. And, you know, Paris is like, who fights a pregnant woman or whatever? She should have threw the chair at me and everything. And I'm just like, girl, you caught Princess for all of this to go down. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. Sometimes pregnant women do feel like that they could just do and say anything, and that everybody is going to be like, and everybody is going to have the mindset of, oh, you know, she's pregnant, I can't fight her and everything. Everybody don't have that mindset. Some people don't care. And you know, coming into AD's shit, it wasn't even Moniece's event, it was AD's event. AD didn't do nothing to you, and you coming up in her event, you know, ruining shit and everything because you trying to get at Moniece or whatever. And it's just like, I'm really not on nobody's side when it comes to this whole situation with Princess and Moniece, because I'm over both of them in this whole situation. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, their beef kind of did stem off of something stupid. I think it did stem off of Tierra. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and it's just been ongoing ever since, ongoing. And here we are on season 5, and y'all still having issues. Like, it is tiring at this point to see. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they both wrong, you know? And the whole coming at Moniece about being a bad parent, that's getting tiring too, okay? So then we have A1 and K. Let me try to wrap this up because this shit is way too long. So, A1, he meets K Michelle at her place or whatever, this, that, and the third. K is saying that, you know, she feels like Lyrica, you know, is spoiled or whatever, this, that, and the third. Like, I was just trying to, you know, keep it real with her and everything. And A1 is like, no, she works for everything that she has. And, you know, he's saying how, you know, K Michelle's last album flopped, and, you know, she mad because Lyrica independent, you know, is an independent artist. And, you know, her, you know, album or whatever, EP or whatever Lyrica had was on the charts and everything. And I want to know what charts. And I'm not even trying to play Lyrica because I just don't know. Like, if y'all know what charts, you know, Lyrica's, you know, EP or album was on, y'all let me know. And it's like, yeah, we know K Michelle's album flopped too. But for you to sit up here and say that K is jealous of Lyrica or whatever, I think that's a bit of a reach, considering that K has had some type of success as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Where Lyrica is still trying to obtain some type of success as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that she done written plenty of songs for people and everything or whatever. But yeah, you know, him saying that K was jealous, I thought that was a reach, you know. Then, you know, K, she brings up, you know, Safari or whatever, and A1 is like, I don't believe that. And he's like, you know, if she gonna sit up here and do something with somebody, it's gonna be with somebody that's more lit than me. And I'm like, so what you trying to say about Safari? And matter of fact, I meant to say this in the beginning of this review. What is going on with A1's dreads? Because it just seemed like every season they get worse and worse. Like, I wish he would get rid of the bleach blonde, but I'm not even about to go into all of that. It just, yeah. But anyway, so, A1 is like, you know, your album was garbage or whatever, your vocals are garbage. And K is like, you know, because he was saying how she not going to be the next Rihanna or Beyonce. And I'm like, well, neither is Lyrica. Like, Lyrica can sing, don't get me wrong, but she ain't fixing to be the next Beyonce or Rihanna either, you know. And K is like, you know, and your wife is not a star, and you wrote some of the songs that was on my album, so what does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so A1 is like, they banned you from radio because you miss promo events and all this other stuff. And, you know, K is like, you're not a real producer. You work under somebody. And, you know, they just start going back and forth. She escorts him out of her home, and they still throwing insults at each other. And that was the end of the episode, y'all. This review was way too long. I do apologize, but make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, y'all.